Hey, Chet here with Speed Addicts, the fast growing gear site on the web, and today we're going to uncrate the Progressive 422 Softail shocks. What's up, SpeedX fan? Before we jump in and tell you all about these Softail shocks from Progressive, before we do that, subscribe to the Speed Addicts channel. It's only going to take you a minute. You're going to be locked in, educated on all the latest parts and gear coming into the power sports industry. Go ahead and subscribe so you don't miss out on anything, okay? Also, if you'd like to support us here at speedaddicts.com, you could do so by simply shopping with us. There's a link down there. It's going to take you to the full selection of Progressive suspension over at speedaddicts.com, where we have been an authorized Progressive dealer for 2 decades. That's right. We like to support U.S.-owned companies. We got U.S. manufactured shocks right here on the table today from Progressive. Some of the best shocks that you can put on your Harley Davidson, if you ask us. So when it comes to Softail suspension from Progressive, they have 2 different flavors. They have the 422s that we have on the table today. These are meant for Softails from 2017 and before, okay? The new M8 Softails 2018 and later take a mono shock, whereas this is a dual shock setup. These are sold in pairs, even though I'm only holding one. Don't worry, you're gonna get 2. These are mounted parallel to the ground near the bottom of the bike in the original Softail configuration, okay? 422s run around $574 MSRP for the standard models. If you want to spice it up and go with the remote adjustment model, which is over here, thus the adjustment, those are going to run you closer to $900, okay? $870 to $905. Now, which one should you get? Should you get the shocks with the remote adjustment or just the standard 2 that look like this, okay? The answer to that question will depend on how frequently you change your load, okay? Are you riding with a passenger some of the time? If you don't want to have to adjust your preload manually, then you're going to want to go with the remote adjustment. It comes with a bracket to mount this on a place on the side of the bike where you can get to it easily without putting the bike up on a stand, okay? So if you do the weekend rides with the missus, but during the week you're solo man, the remote adjustment will pay dividends there and it's worth the extra cash. Otherwise, if the load you're putting on the machine is typically not changing, static load, then go ahead and save a few $100 and go with the standard 422s. Now, in terms of which you will choose, which spring rate you'll choose, you'll have 2 options, and we list these spring rates on the site for each part number. If you see multiple part numbers fitting your machine, check that spring rate because one is going to be a heavy-duty part number. So a heavy-duty spring rate. So they have a standard, which is good for riders 250 and under, and then they have the heavy-duty for heavier-duty guys, or if you're riding with a passenger the majority of the time. If it's not the majority of the time, then don't go for the heavy-duty spring rates because they will be stiff. Stiffer than you want, I promise. Rely on the preload adjustment if you're riding with a passenger once in a while or even half the time. Otherwise, standard spring rates, okay? Now, if you're loading up the bike, though, you're heavier, you've got typically a lot of luggage, then go with the heavy-duty spring rate. It'll keep you from bottoming out. The other cool thing about these 422s is that you do have 2 inches of ride height adjustability that is done with the spanner down here. So that is pretty cool. They include the wrench for adjustments there for both the preload and the ride height. And also in the box for the remote adjustment, again, there's a bracket that's going to come to mount that remote adjustment on the side of your machine so that you can reach it. Okay, also, this is a nitrogen charge gas shock. High performance is going to give you much better performance than the OEM that's probably tired on your old Softail, so you'll feel that right out of the box. The other thing that Progressive brings to the table, and it's hard to see on the 422s because they actually cover this coil over, but it is a progressively wound spring. And what that means is that the coils on the bottom are closer together than on the top, and those coils that are closer together are easier to compress, and those soak up the little bumps. Okay, it makes it a nice smooth ride. The bigger coils are going to give you the stiffness and the performance as you push the machine harder into the corners, thus the name Progressive, and that's their whole proprietary spring technology over there. We like that a whole lot from these guys. Progressive, again, they are located in California. Any warranty issues that come up, you're shopping with a authorized Progressive dealer, and they are going to be happy to take care of you. Install You may or may not want to attempt to install. The Softail is a little trickier than some of the kind of standard up and down hardtail shock installs. If you feel like you're capable and you have a stand that's ready to take that on, you are welcome to do so. Just make sure that you follow Progressive's instructions that are included with the shocks. 1-year warranty from Progressive on the 422s. They come in this chrome configuration with the cover, and that is the only option in terms of finishes. All right, I think I did it all, Matt. If you still have questions, talk to our rider support team. They're standing by for you. We've got techs ready to help you pick the right shock. If you're not sure, oftentimes there will be multiple options for one machine. If you're unsure, talk to our support team over the phone, email, or live chat, and they will get you dialed in the first time. That's it for today. We'll see you next time to find out what's in the crate.